Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I am getting my voice back slowly but surely. By Monday, I'm gonna be back in full effect, baby. But I want to welcome everybody to another edition of Good Morning Millionaire. Since it's Black History Month, and we celebrating that around these parts because of the fact that we believe that self-esteem is the key to the level of success that you will accept, as well as the level of success that you accept. We're real serious about taking this opportunity to kind of look at our history, to kind of look at the idea that you do not come from a long line of losers. As a matter of fact, you come from the exact opposite. You come from a people that have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing. You do have the power to adjust not only the way you see yourself, but the way your culture is perceived around the planet. But it's not going to happen by happenstance. It's not going to happen by mistake. It's got to happen with some sense of intention. The man on top of the mountain did not fall there. You know what I'm saying? Is that making sense to somebody out there? You got to climb that mountain, baby. And so my goal, and I don't know how many of you were able to check out the live stream we did last night from the Legacy Center, aka the Black House, located in East Point, Georgia. But our goal is to help you understand your place in the sea of history. You know, your place on the pages of time. Because while we're celebrating Black history, I want everybody to realize that we're also creating it. You know, yesterday is already history. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Vita Lachey. YouTube gang checking in. I love it. Good morning, Chris. You crazy, Chris. Okay, then, young Coco. All right, so please share this. Somebody give me Black history and give me a share. Somebody give me Black history is American history, and then give me a share. Black history is American history, and give me a share. Well, if you want to kick it like this, you could be like Black history is world history, and give me a share. Because today is episode 3 of our Black History game show. You know what I mean? So for those that don't know, what you get to win is one of our coloring books. It's our affirmation and visualization coloring book, right? And then you get to win one of these Black History Facts game cards. It's like a 2-part set. And it's a real cool way for you to kind of kick it with your folk about Black history. You know, to kick it with your peoples around a dinner table. Do people still eat dinner together? Do families still sit down and have dinner? Do y'all know? Well, prayerfully we do. And if that is something that you do in your family, this is a perfect dinner time conversation topic. I am really strong about, this quote that came from Marcus Garvey, where he said, "A people without knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots," right? A people without knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. So if you're listening in on a live line, we rocking with you. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, then we are rocking with you. And if you want to participate in today's game show, give me a Black history is world history and give me a share. Black history is world history and give me a share. Share it on your timeline. Share it in one of your Facebook groups. And we're going to get into it. While I wait on y'all to warm up and get to that part of the proceedings, I had something I wanted to kick it with y'all about, because there's a couple movies that I think it might be worth you checking out. I don't know how many of you know about these, but first on Netflix, there's a show called Black and White. It's about Colin Kaepernick. Anybody check that out yet? There's a show about Colin Kaepernick called Black and White. Anybody had a chance to check that out? I want to suggest that you check that out. Yeah, that's right. Appreciate that, y'all. Black history is world history. And then give me a share. Appreciate that, Chanel. Black history is world history, Elaine. Black history is world history, Gavin. That's a fact, James. Come on, Jamie. Black history is world history. So I think that it would be really helpful to you and your family if you check out this show called Black and White. It really does an incredible job of giving you the story behind this guy, Colin Kaepernick. And there's some things they left out of the story that are amazing, but there are also some things that are included that I never knew. In my book, I talk about how Colin Kaepernick is also proof that words are powerful. In the beginning is the word, right? Did you know that Colin Kaepernick, when he was in like the 4th or 5th grade, he was asked by his teacher to create a time capsule about the future. Yeah, Jess, ain't it? And welcome back to the Kaizen Academy, Jess and Smitty. Y'all gonna get y'all welcome call today. But something amazing about Colin Kaepernick story, the Colin Kaepernick story that they didn't include in that Black and White show, is that Colin Kaepernick created a time capsule. He wrote everything from the height he was going to be. He wrote that he was going to play for, I think it's the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. He wrote that he was going to be the quarterback. He was still in the 5th grade, still in the 4th or 5th grade. I think that's wild on a couple different levels, because when you watch that Colin Kaepernick show, what you discover is he was adopted. So how could he predict his height when he had no idea how tall his birth parents really were? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? On top of that, he predicted that he'd be a quarterback before he'd even played organized sports. Isn't that interesting? And then on top of that, he predicted that he was going to go to the Super Bowl. And I'm saying predicted, but maybe what I'm saying is manifested. He manifested it. Millionaires, you got to learn to watch your language. You got to learn to watch what you are saying, because there's a miracle right under your nose. It's called your mouth. You got to be careful with your words. You can literally write down words. It's a spiritual thing. This is why we do affirmations every morning. So I just wanted to kick that out there about Colin Kaepernick and his show on Netflix called Black and White. That's right, Kays. Somebody give me a Black history is world history, and then give me a share. We're going to kick this game show off in less than 60 seconds. The other thing that I want you to try and check out, if you have chance, because I was going to ask a question about this, but I feel like nobody really knows about these people, unfortunately. So I want you to look up a movie called The Banker. The Banker is an insane movie that will help you to kind of understand why we believe that it is imperative that we get serious about our credit scores, why we believe it's imperative that we get serious about building legacy. This movie is called The Banker, and it focuses on a story. It's a true story of two gentlemen. One's name was Bernard Garrett, and the other one's name was Joe Morris. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Bernard Garrett and Joe Morris. Remember those names. I believe, it is my personal opinion that they deserve to be celebrated a lot more than they are. These were people that wanted to own land, all on the West Coast, et cetera, so forth, in the 1950s and the 1960s, in a time when racism made that nearly impossible. I was talking to him last night about how Bernard Ben Slayton of Legacy Mortgage out of Las Vegas is the first Black realtor in American history, and he's still alive. He's probably in his early 70s. but he's still alive right now. This is how sure I am that real estate is a key to wealth. You know, yesterday we covered Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I'm not sure if that's the one I told you about, Chanel, but I know it's one to check out. I'm not really sure, Queen, but I think it was. I think me and you did talk about that. Yeah, Bernard Garrett and Joe Morris. Bernard Garrett and Joe Morris. It's an amazing movie, y'all, and it's based on a true story. So I just wanted to kick it with y'all about that. All right, we're gonna get started with the game show. For those that don't know, what I do is I ask you a question, okay? And your job is you have about 20 seconds because the whole goal is can you answer this question without having to go Google it? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask you a question, and then you got 20 seconds to answer. And if you answer, then you win both Color Me Millionaire, the world's first affirmation and visualization coloring book designed to help you create Black future. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna get African American history facts, question set 1 and 2. All right. And that's where we're pulling our questions from for the game show. All right, everybody ready? Let's go ahead and get started. Millionaires, which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gave Black men the right to vote? Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gave Black men the right to vote? *6 will unmute your line, or you can put it in the comments. If you want to call in on the line, you can do it right here. Which amendment gave Black men the right to vote? All right, my man Jerry said the 16th. Crystal said the 14th. Jamie said the 14th. But Elaine Yvette came in with the 15th. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Everybody give it up for Miss Elaine Yvette. She's a Kaizenite. Kaizen Academy member Elaine Yvette. I love it. That's right. It's the 15th Amendment. I wish I could say I was a constitutional scholar and I knew what the 14th Amendment was and the 16th Amendment was, but I do not. But I know the 15th Amendment. You crazy, Jerry. You crazy. Nah, she on here first. I just called her out last because I didn't want to give away the answer. I wanted to give everybody that gave a chance. I wanted everybody that attempted, I wanted to give them a shot because it's when you attempt that your brain starts really learning. Yeah, great job, Elaine. That's right, Gavin. Way to type it out and cement it into your consciousness. You know what I mean? The 15th Amendment gave Black men the right to vote. How many of us know, this is a bonus question. This has nothing to do with the game show, but just for bonus points, y'all. What percentage of a man did the U.S. Constitution say that you were as a Black man? They didn't even count the women.
3/5.
Okay. Somebody came in on the phone line and gave the answer right away. That's exactly right. 3/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man. All right.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
You don't just want to leave yourself off mute because that's kind of unfair to everybody else. We want to give you a chance to play in a fair way. But that's right, James. 3/5 of a man. That's right, Desire. 3/5. Jerry, that's exactly right. 3/5. That's right. 3/5 of a man. What an interesting concept, right? What an interesting concept that we were not considered. And it had to do with voting rights. I bring that up because a lot of times it is kind of cool in our culture to not vote. We say things like our vote doesn't count. If your vote didn't count, then they wouldn't play all of these games throughout history with your vote. And the 3/5 of a man thing was done. Well, let me ask you, including whoever that was on the phone line, why did they classify Black man as 3/5 of a man? Does anybody know why they did it? for extra points, for extra points. Does anybody know why they did it that way? Why did they classify us as 3/5 of a human being? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anybody?
So we wouldn't get counted as a whole human.
Well, yeah, but why didn't they want us to get counted as a whole human? Elaine is like, because they wanted to. James is like,
something to do with voting or something like that, or we were considered property. I know that.
Yeah, I said something about voting. That's right. Absolutely. Does anybody understand the concept behind, voting districts? That's right. Corey, you're going to tag Luis on this one, huh? Wow. Because Les was not working with their agenda to cheat the vote system. Okay, all right. They needed the slaves to vote for personal gain. That's the closest answer I see so far. The census. Okay, I see where we're going with that. All right, closest answer I see is Desire's answer. 3/5 of a man made it so that because there were all these extra population members down in the South. And so I think it was called the Missouri Compromise. Exactly, Septima. It was a slave-holding states. And it had to do with this idea that they didn't want the votes to skew. That's right. State gets more representatives when you have more people being represented. That's exactly right. The South was trying to outvote the North. Yeah, Desire. I can tell Desire is a history buff. That's exactly right. Okay. All right, let's move along. I really appreciate that, everybody. All right, check it out. The United Negro College Fund, or the UNCF, was founded by what great man in Black history? What great man in Black history founded the United Negro College Fund? Your time is starting now. On your integrity, try not to Google, just give your best guess. I shouldn't even said Google, because now some of y'all just go to Google. It's not worth your integrity. Just give it a shot. Who do you think founded the United Negro College Fund?
Was it James Baldwin?
Good guess. James Baldwin. No, it was not. Elaine is like, I don't know, but he was Black. All right. Vita Lachey was like Marcus Garvey. Jamila was like Thurgood Marshall. Gavin Murray was like Booker T. Washington. That was a real good guess. Okay, so Booker T. Washington founded Tuskegee Institute. I was talking about that last night. Like he went door to door and raised $6 million so that he could fund Tuskegee University. Desire gave him George Washington Carver. Morose is like, I don't know, but Bill Cosby supported them hugely. Vita's like, I like Elaine's answer. All right, so my man JG came through first before anybody. The answer is Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass founded the United Negro College Fund. For bonus points, anybody know what year that was? Anybody know what year that was? No, we don't know, but it was 1944. April 24th, 1944 is when Frederick Douglass founded the United Negro College Fund. Anybody know what year Frederick Douglass helped to back the first black bank? What year he was made president of the nation's first black bank, the Freedmen's Bank and Trust? Anybody know what year that was? Hey, what Garvey documentary, Gavin? Which Garvey documentary you check out, Gavin? That's good stuff, bro. Jerry, like, give it to the next person. Who was the next person? The next person was Chanel. Chanel was the next one on the list. All right, Jerry, if you don't want no coloring book, Chanel and Legacy 10. They call it Legacy 10 because they got 10 kids over there. So, all right, we're going to give it to Chanel so that the youngins could get rocking with some of these vision board pictures and they can post them on social media. That's what's cracking. Hey, Gavin, send me the one you watched if it was good so I can send it out through the text message system. Oh, Jerry won last time. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love it, bro. Way to be a king with yours. Way to be a king with yours. All right, check it out. All right, Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker, he was an inventor. Many people know that there's this big clock in London that's named after him. But I got a question for you about Benjamin Banneker. He was an inventor, a surveyor, a mathematician, an astronomer. Like, he would write almanacs and all of that. Does everybody know what an almanac is? An almanac is a book that you write out that tells you what time the sun is going to rise 3 years from now, 5 years from now, stuff like that, right? So
all participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
My question for you is that Benjamin Banneker was an inventor, a surveyor, a mathematician, an astronomer, and one of the city planners of what city?
It's in D.C.
Okay, yeah, that's
Washington,
DC. Yep, that's exactly right. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. Okay.
Baba Yoga Bay.
Okay, Baba Yoga. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, Baba Yoga won that one. Good stuff. I should have left that bonus fact for until we got finished. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know Big Ben in London was named after Benjamin Banneker? Did y'all know that? All right. Moving right along. Carol Moseley Braun. Carol Moseley Braun. No, I got one. I got one for you. Who was the first black woman to run for president? Since we're on the subject of DC. Who was the first black woman to run for president? If you already won, then you don't have to participate again. And kind of ruin it for everybody else.
To Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was Shirley Chisholm. Looked like this Facebook user got it first. I can't tell who that is, so type your name in the comments so that we know who it was. But yes, that's exactly right. It was Shirley Chisholm. For bonus points, does somebody want to say what year she ran for president? Anybody want to say what year that was? Shirley Chisholm?
76 or something.
Okay, Charmonique. That was Dr. Charmonique Timms. Somebody guessed 1972. I don't know that one. But can somebody Google it and let us know? What year did Shirley Chisholm run for president, y'all? What year was that? Somebody else said 1974. We got a couple 1974s. Somebody say Google said and then give it to us. Shirley Chisholm. Mama Shay said 1972. Was that Google, Mama Shay, or you just happen to know? Can somebody Google it and let us know? So that we leave here with the right info and we know for sure. Tanisha said 1974.
It's 1972.
Okay, the answer was 1972. Okay. I should have known Mama Shay knew that. All right, so yeah, 1972. Let's get it. Anybody know what year Dick Gregory ran for president? Did y'all know Dick Gregory, may he rest in power, ran for president, got pretty far too. What year did Dick Gregory run for president, y'all? Okay. Mama Shay said no Google. That's amazing, Mama Shay. That's absolutely phenomenal. That shows where Narissa gets it from. Dick Gregory ran in 1968, Dennis? All right. That's what's up. Okay. The first military ship named after a black man was called the what? The first military ship named after a black man was called the what?
Dory Miller.
The what?
I think the real that was in World War II doing the Pearl Harbor. Dory Miller, I believe.
The Dory Miller was his guess. Anybody else? I ain't gonna tell y'all whether he right or wrong. Anybody else? What was the first military ship in U.S. history? Who was it named after? I give you a clue.
Carmen?
It was one of my favorite people in Black history. You said Carmen?
Harmon, H.
Harmon. And who was Harmon? And also, who was Dory Miller? So first tell us who Harmon was, Queen.
Leroy Harmon, USS Harmon was the name of the ship.
And who was Lee Harmon?
Leroy Harmon. Leonard Harmon, I'm sorry, is his name.
Okay. Well, yo, if that's the truth, then this whole thing is you know what I mean? Now I can't trust this joint. Because what I got on here is the SS Frederick Douglass. So can somebody look that up? The SS Frederick Douglass, and tell me whether that predates Leroy Harmon. And maybe tell us who Leroy Harmon was or Leonard Harmon was. Because Crystal said Dennis is right. Crystal says Dennis was right. Now, our African American history facts thing says it was the SS Frederick Douglass. Can somebody look that up? All right, Leonard Harmon died in duty, or Leroy Harmon. Is it Leroy or Leonard, y'all? Shirley Nixon gave us Benjamin Davis. I have a feeling these names that we're given are also really important people in Black history. So let's go ahead and celebrate them. Oh, Crystal, you said that was for the last one, not this one. Okay. You were verifying Dick Gregory for president. Okay, I got you. A lot of people are saying Harmon, Leonard, and then they're saying Leroy. Is Leroy short for Leonard? Oh, no. Okay, so Harmon died on a naval ship and drowned, and then they named the ship after him. So tell me what year that was, and then somebody else tell me what year was the SS Frederick Douglass. That way we can figure out if this thing is wrong. Because if this thing is wrong, that means everybody I send one to, you got to Google everything and say. That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible, man. I know these weren't created before Google. Dang. Okay, so 1943 was when Harmon died. When did he get the ship? So 1943 is when he died. When did he get the ship? Okay, my man Jeff Jackson said that Frederick Douglass was 1944, but the SS Leonard was 1943. Well, that's very distressing. That's very distressing because that means this thing is wrong. I don't know what to say about that. Now, did he die in 1943 and they immediately named the boat after him? In 1943, he got a ship, or in 1943 is when he died? Also, 1943 is when he worked on a ship and escaped slavery. All right, come on now. I don't know about that. I don't know about America recognizing somebody who escaped from slavery and then died on it. All right, who died in 1942? Oh my goodness. Frederick Douglass cargo ship was 1943 as well. All right, so we got some good stuff to look up. No, I know the dude that made these cars. He's definitely melanated. Yeah, that's what Crystal just said. Y'all so funny. So Harmon died in 1942. All right. So we're going to leave that one out because we don't know. All right, so this is going to be our last one of today. August Jackson created what well-known dessert? August Jackson created what well-known dessert? Matter of fact, that's kind of a dumb history fact, except for the fact this is such a popular dessert. Morose guessed cake. Great point, Crystal. Great point. Peach cobbler, chocolate pudding. And Vita Lachey is correct. It was ice cream. It was ice cream. All right. Crystal was like banana pudding. Dennis was like sweet potato pie. All great guesses, all guesses that make me hungry. But our boy August Jackson pulled off ice cream. August Jackson created ice cream. All right, y'all. I hope this was fun. You know, get into a little Black history this month, y'all. Why not? Learn something you never knew. Post it on your Facebook page. Give everybody a little game. And then let's start getting patents. Let's start getting trademarks. You know what I mean? Let's start owning copyrights. They give Thomas Edison credit for over it's either 1,000, I think it's like over 1,000 patents, something like that. Yeah, right on, Chanel. We got you. I think it's over like 1,000 patents they give Thomas Edison credit for. But you also got to keep in mind that our people weren't necessarily allowed in the patent office. You get what I mean? Y'all know a Black man invented the super soaker? Y'all know that super water gun that it's like a hose. It'll like damn near drown you. That was invented by a Black man. He's a friend of my uncle. He might even live in Atlanta. I forget his name, but all kinds of cool things that we've contributed. Who invented the ice cream scoop, Morose? Who invented the ice cream scoop? Yeah, Tanisha. We all do, Queen. We all do. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. My man Earl the Pearl, you in the house? While Earl getting ready, I got another one for you. On what day was my Yeah. I hear you, Earl. Hold up, I got one more for him. On what day in history was my mentor, Mr. Les Brown, born? On what day in history was my mentor, Mr. Les Brown? What day was he born?
Valentine's Day.
Close. I said Valentine's Day.
No, it was a few days after. I think it was the 16th, 17th.
Close.
What was
February
yesterday?
11th.
Close.
February
Just
17th.
celebrated, dude.
That's right. It was February 17th.
It was yesterday.
That's right. It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
That's right. That's exactly right. Young Coco scored that joint right away. So if you can, reach out to him. He's on Facebook and wish him a happy birthday. If he's ever done anything for you, even if your story isn't as dramatic as mine, where he saved my life, funny story, y'all. I saved his life too. That's some Black history. Who saved Mr. Les Brown's life? That's a story for another day. But it happened when we was in London. I'll tell y'all that story one day. But how wild is that? He saved my life, and I was able to return the favor. Isn't that cool? All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Hope this was fun for you. Hope you got something cool out of that. Earl, take it away, baby.
Incredible. Happy Friday, millionaires. And as always, we're going to get started with the two most powerful words in the whole English language.